Hello and welcome to Adventurers and Artists, a Dungeons and Dragons podcast with a musical twist. In the last session, we left our adventurers in the middle of an enemy army about to get attacked when the paladin here decided to use one of his most powerful spells to draw attention to himself and immediately vaporize 3 enemy soldiers, enemy warriors.
It was only rank 1.
All right, guys, let's recap where you were. Morkai.
In the back of the cart with the small child next to me. And I think I'd just thrown some meat and a heart from the sand beast to distract some of the reptilian folks.
Yes, and they were absolutely distracted. They completely fell for it.
I'm 60 feet away, hiding in a tent.
All right. Zrask.
I'm hefting my warhammer, prepared to do battle with the unending hosts of lizard men. This will be glorious.
Lizard folk. Don't discriminate.
Well, I'm not going to go and check every single one of them.
Magnus.
I'm a snake.
You are a lizard folk.
Yes.
Okay. So, could everybody do a perception roll, please?
In my tent.
Disadvantage. Because you'll still be able to hear things.
That one.
No,
16.
doesn't matter.
6.
24.
Okay. Right, so, Zrask, I'm really sorry, but you're busy trying to kill as many warriors as you can. And you're being quickly overrun. Morkai, you're busy worrying about the child. But Magnus and God, and especially you, God, because you're closer, hear the roar of orc raiders in the distance.
Oh, right, okay. So I suppose we're going to have to use this as to our advantage. So they're coming from the direction we came, yeah?
Yep. You're pretty sure it's the missus coming to your rescue.
Okay, so I am going to use a hide action for 16. And then I'm going to come out of the tent.
Yep.
And they're all pretty distracted. So they're not, they're kind of charging towards
No,
these
your
guys.
16 has kept you pretty well hidden.
Yeah, and they're distracted by these guys as well. There's not many kind of wandering around, just kind of going.
No, they're all converging on the cart.
Okay, so I will move a little bit closer, and then I will get my horn out, and I will use a horn of blasting on the back of them
Okay.
to try and. But I'll kind of wait a little while till it sounds like the orcs are a little bit closer.
All right.
So I'm kind of almost marking their entrance.
Okay, I'd say it'll be a few minutes before the orcs are closer, but they are
Okay.
charging. They're charging into they are fully in attack mode.
Yeah, so when they're kind of
And
getting there, boom.
You
horn.
can hear a couple of hundred.
Cool.
It's not going
It's
to.
only 8,000 of these lizard folk.
There's only 8,000, but it's orcs versus
we're not dead.
lizards.
It's fine.
Okay. I'm going to say that we will go in turn order. So the soldiers are converging on Zrask, and they are trying to restrain him and bite him all at the same time. And they are going to be able to swarm you for a nat 20.
Okay.
And you are a mighty paladin with lots of tasty armor. So as you feel their bites and their kicks and their punches, you will take 26 damage. And it will be mostly piercing damage because they're mostly trying to bite you.
Okay.
There's 6 of them on you, successfully hitting you. Okay, Magnus.
I'm just gonna as the snake person, because they're all swarming towards, I'm gonna look like I'm running forward, but we're just gonna stay where I am, make it look like I'm moving, so they just go by me.
All right, so you're not behaving like the rest of them.
Well, I'm pretending that I am.
Okay, so roll performance.
That's a 9.
To be honest with you, there's quite a few of them just standing around doing nothing, just looking and hoping someone else will do the work. So, yeah, you're blending in terribly, but in the circumstances, not as terribly as one would presume. We're going to move on to Zrask.
I cast Sanctuary on the cleric and urge him to escape with the child. I will hold them.
Thank you.
As he's on the ground getting kicked.
Yeah, I will hold them off.
What does Sanctuary do?
It means if they want to attack you, they need to succeed at a wisdom check,
Okay, fair.
or they have to attack something else.
Okay, fair dues. All right.
That's me, just in case you're worried.
It breaks if you attack them.
That's fine. Okay.
Or the gnome, if they see her.
The gnome is in sanctuary as well, isn't it?
No, it's one person.
Ah, okay. So what?
And
the
he
gnome
has
is
the
still
child.
hidden. Little sweetheart is still hidden. Okay, we're going to go to Morkai next, actually.
So, as a bonus action, how close are you to the cart, out of interest?
I'm on the cart.
You're on the cart, okay, so, because I'm guessing I'll be at the far back of the cart. I'm going to cast a bear spirit totem around us. So again, this ethereal bear, sort of glowy a little bit, aura surrounds us. You get HP, so temporary HP up to 20, and you get advantage on strength checks and saving throws.
Is it up to 20? Do you roll for it? How does that work?
It's five per druid level, I think. Yes.
So 20.
20, yeah.
So basically, you feel strengthened and bolstered. Your muscles bulge a little bigger,
Yeah.
I suppose.
And then as my main action, I'm going to cast Conjure Woodland Beasts onto the cart.
Okay, what beast?
Trust me, trust
What
me. I've got a
beasts?
plan. 8 blink dogs.
Oh! Interesting. Okay. All right.
And they sort of like surround, form like a wall that's sort of blocking between
Okay,
myself
I'll
and
say
them.
that they're an extra ally, and they have their own attack as a swarm.
Yeah, they get unless I command them to do something, they just do their own thing, basically.
Right. So their own thing is to, well, as soon as the blink dogs appear,
Yeah.
the lizard folk are going to be like fresh meat.
I'm like, stay, dogs,
And
stay.
they're like,
I'm trying like assert.
okay. Go Aldazal, you have the horn of blasting, or whatever it's called.
So are the orcs anywhere?
Yes, they're close.
How close?
They have breached the camp,
Yep.
and because it's nighttime, and you guys are distracting them with your, well, Zrusk is causing a perfect distraction, I beg your pardon, in the sort of center, more in the center of the camp. Nobody's noticed 200 furious orcs riding on wargs, wedge formationing into the camp, and obliterating anything in their path as a massive surprise attack.
So how far away are they?
From you, I'd say they're around 150 feet.
Oh, so that's still quite a way away. So they're moving at what?
They're moving at full speed,
Okay, so they're potentially
80 feet per 6 seconds.
So they're a couple of turns away. Okay, so I'm going to
They're in the camp, but yeah, they're...
I'm going to attempt to blast my horn. So one of the problems I've got with my horn is it's a 20% chance it's going to fail.
Yes.
So I'll make that roll.
First of all, I would say roll to do the effect.
Well, no, so I've got to roll to see if it happens, I think, or does it blow up?
It's the other way around. Once you use it, there's a chance it'll blow.
Okay, so they've all got to. So everyone within a 30-foot cone from where
you
I
are.
am,
Uh-huh.
a 30-foot cone that is already has got to make a DC save of 15.
Right. They get a 9.
So they don't do very well.
Nope, they do horribly.
So 2, 8, 9. I had to add 1. How was that difficult? 13. So 15 damage to all
Okay.
of them, and they're deafened for a minute.
Oh, they're not deafened, they're dead.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, there's a 30-foot cone, did you say?
That's quite big.
You immediately, instantly kill at least 15 of them.
So then I'll make my roll to see if this thing explodes. Oh, no, it doesn't.
What did you roll?
22. So it doesn't explode, and then I'm going to yell out, fresh meat! Because I've just splattered loads of things.
And yeah, it completely works. The lizards are really hungry. The lizard folk are starving. In fact, it's a little weird how hungry they are, really considering. And they're tearing into their own fallen allies. But of course, as you know, this isn't really that big a deal to them. They're just,
Yep.
they're not sentimental about bodies as some races are.
And then I'm going to Misty Step into another 10. as a
Okay.
bonus action.
All right, so you're going to misstep into another 10, and that's what you do. The orcs are cutting a path through the semi-awake army camp. Magnus, it's going to be your turn.
how far away? Because you were like 60 odd feet away when you did that, right?
Yeah.
Well,
So now you're
yeah, roughly. I'm
you 90 feet away from
no,
where
so
it
I've not
was?
moved
Or
further away. I've just moved
sideways.
into like a
Like
tent.
across.
I'm gonna see where I'm gonna clearly hear where it came from and
Yes.
try and like make my way over that way.
Yeah, the whole army can hear it. So.
Yeah, so I'm like gonna kind of book over that way. And
Well, you
kind
heard fresh meat, and a whole bunch of them are running towards.
yeah, that's why I'm using that as cover.
Yeah.
To try and find.
Yeah. So
gold.
that's what you're doing.
So I'm gonna start running that direction to try and hunt down the bard.
Okay. So do you want to roll perception on the bard's hunting?
Yeah, with a 13.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's gonna go out
Probably
because
not.
he's inside a tent.
Yeah.
But perhaps you'll call out for him. I don't know.
Not while surrounded by other snake people,
Yeah.
lizard people. So I'm gonna kind of like, knowing him, he'll be hiding somewhere. So I will kind of like prioritize some of the tents closer to where the Not gonna find him, of course. I'm gonna do it in the tents where he blew the horn first, and kind of make my way around there.
Okay. All right. So you're searching through your tents, trying to figure out where the bard's gone, knowing that he's in the area somewhere.
Yeah.
The blast from the horn has left. There's a path. There's that cone of dead bodies, lizard warriors, and lizard folk warriors. You know, as a mark of where he's been. And we're going to move to Zrosk.
I'm going to cast as a bonus action on myself, Shield of Faith. And then I'm going to start beating on all the lizard men, one after another,
Lizard folk.
until all of them are dead,
Okay.
irrespective of their personal identities.
Okay. So you're going to be smashing their faces in. Roll to attack.
10?
No.
Then I try again.
You do give it a good go.
14.
14 will hit one.
Well, that's something. That's 5.
And you're going to maim the creature's arm, but it's not going to go down. Anything else you'd like to do?
Nope, not this round.
Okay. It's going to be the lizards on Zrosk. They are going to try and hit you for a 20,
Nope.
and they're going to completely fail.
24.
So they're not going to hit you. Instead, they're going to be so rabidly hungry, and the smell of blood in their nostrils is turning them into a sort of feeding frenzy. So they're not really focusing all that well. And we're going to go on to Morkai.
As like a free action, I can tell what my blink dogs want to do. So I want to have 4 of them stay behind and look after the baby, and the other 4 to sort of follow behind me. As an action, I want to cast Death Ward on myself.
Okay.
And how many like lizard folks are like surrounding Zrosk right now?
At least a dozen.
At least a dozen. So what I want to do is sort of approach a little bit closer, try and like sort of assert myself, sort of a few deep breaths. And as a loud and assertive voice that I can muster, I sort of say, Goddess Mishakal demands that you let this man go and speak to her through my vessel. And hopefully that they will let him go and talk to me instead.
So that's.
Just more like a, there's no like spell or anything, just like a persuasion or something, I suppose.
You want to try and persuade them?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, roll.
Or intimidate, or whatever you feel is most
Whatever
fitting.
you want to use, whatever's your highest.
I mean,
Play
if I
to
roll
your
this-
strengths.
I mean, that's 13.
Unfortunately. I mean, there's a lot of them. They're just thinking there's more of us and less of you. So they are going to ignore everything you say.
Cool.
And they're going to carry on. They're kind of going to stare at, they're going to pop their heads up like dinosaurs. And then they're just going to be like, nah.
Right, cool, that's
and
fine.
then continue to wail on Zrosk.
Gave them fair warning, it's fine.
But your blink dogs, the 4 of them are defending the baby.
Good.
To be honest, the lizard, there's only a couple that seem to be very intrigued, but they've been kept at bay by the blink dogs. So I'll say that those ones are going to attack, and they are going to completely miss. The lizard warriors, the lizard folk warriors.
Cool.
And actually, this is probably pretty precarious for the child. Goald of Zal.
Is it a nice tent?
No.
Oh.
Oh no.
No, okay. So I'm going to poke my head out the tent. Have a look around.
It's chaos.
No, that's good.
It's still the middle of the night.
Yep.
the reptilian peoples have been completely taken by surprise. Thrusk's mighty smite now, the orcs encroaching from their west
So the orcs
flank.
are kind of about. Yeah,
They are
they're going to hit.
pretty. You literally see them
Yeah.
outside your door, fighting, killing.
Okay.
And the thing that you notice is that the lizard folk, I mean, they're prioritizing eating over fighting. They are really hungry.
That's fine. Can I see the wagon and the others?
From here, not well. There's too many people in between. You could if it was clear, but you can't because of the people around.
Okay, so I'm going to cast Disguise Self and turn into a lizard folk.
Just as your
Good luck
orc,
finding me.
just as your orc.
Well, no, so the orcs are going to get annihilated. There's no way they're going to win this battle. 8,000.
8,000.
8,000 lizard folk.
Asleep.
They're not really. I just blew a horn of blasting.
You've blown a hole. It's 600 feet, but there's still only a section of the camp. I mean, you're not really a tactician, so fair enough.
Yeah, I like hiding.
You like hiding.
So I'm
I
going to
appreciate
disguise self myself, and I'm going to head towards where I knew the wagon was.
All right, so
And
yeah, the
that's gonna be
wagon
my turn.
has the baby and the 4 blink dogs. I'm not sure if you've seen blink dogs before as a character.
They're just dogs.
I mean, they are actually, they do look a bit like dogs, but they have some really weird features, so they're weird looking dogs.
Okay, that's fine. So yeah, I'm just going to head towards there. So I'm going to use my movement of 30 feet, and yeah, I'm disguised as a lizard folk.
Okay.
Very pretty lizard folk. Not as in tasty eating lizard folk, but you know, pretty lizard folk.
I mean,
Or handsome lizard folk.
handsome lizard folk. All right, okay.
Yeah.
We'll go with that. A handsome lizard folk.
Come on, to lizard folk, you know, you're being lizardist.
I'm just thinking, what would a lizard find attractive in another lizard?
I don't know.
Probably their capacity to bring a prey down and how quickly they can gobble it up.
No, because they're going to look different. You know, you saying they all look the same? So I'm a good-looking lizard folk, okay? In lizard folk
if you
terms.
absolutely okay, I'll make you roll for it.
Okay, so performance.
No, I will say it would be a deception roll.
Oh, that's fine.
It's cocked.
Yeah, so they're deceived. It's 28. I look amazing.
You look so amazing, in fact, that a few lizards go up to you and start asking you if you're ready to mate.
Come with me. You've got to do what I say, and then afterwards we'll get down. Come on.
They're following you.
Boom.
Right, so we're going to go to the orc army. Well, not really an army, they're just a couple of hundred of angry orcs, furious orcs.
I thought you were
And-
talking about me.
We'll get to you in a minute. And they are successfully cutting a path. Of course, the longer this goes on, the more soldiers, the more warriors join. And we are going to... The orc raiders have actually reached you, Thrusk, on the cart, because you're on the cart right now, aren't you?
Yep.
And Chog, chief of the orcs, is going to yell, "Brother!"
Hello. This may not have turned out as we planned.
Why did you not go around into the mountains?
There were mountains.
She's going to, you know, scream a war cry, and her orcs are going to, her orc raiders are going to basically flank around the cart and around you guys. Magnus, I don't know where he is, but she's at least covering you and the cleric and the child and the gnome that's hiding beneath the cart and the camels. And Chog is going to say, "Where is the bard?"
He's hiding somewhere.
And she's going to laugh. I knew I could trust him not to get himself killed. And then she's going to look at you and say, "But the chances of us surviving this night are slim. Onwards!" And then she's going to force her people to make a path, basically, open up a path for you, the cleric, and the cart with the camels.
Okay. Is it my turn?
It's going to be Magnus, actually.
I'm going to see this and start booking. I've got like 60 foot of movement.
Okay.
So I'm just going to basically run towards the cart staying as a lizard until I get to just before the orcs, and then change back in, just drop the disguise self and just book it onto the cart.
Okay. And now, Zarask, it's your turn.
Nice of you to join us. Are there still lizard men within reach?
Yes. If you move like 10 feet to the right or the left of the cart, there's literally walls of.
So I'd have to get off the
warriors.
cart to fight them.
Yes. I mean, if you've got range attacks, you could do stuff to them from here.
I have a few big sticks.
I'm gonna let you throw the sticks if you want to throw them.
Okay, I'm going to cast Divine Favor on my Warhammer. So that starts glowing with a radiant light, and start flinging javelins.
Okay. How many do you get to fling?
5. So that's 1 miss, 2 misses.
So you waste your javelins and they land thud, thud in the ground around you.
Oh.
Chog is going to look at you and with a sort of, if you had been raised by orcs, you would have hit it. And we're going to go to Morkai.
So I'm going to sort of step back towards where the baby is, and I guess sort of seat myself on the cart by the camels, ready to leave once Gold gets here, if he gets here.
If is the question.
I'm going to command the blink dogs to attack any lizard folk that may sort of interfere with the path that Chuck has sort of made for us. And I just want to hold my action so that as soon as Gold gets on the cart, I can just ride and follow the path on the cart.
Okay, Gold.
So am I seeing this?
Well, yes, but you have 6 or 7 lizard people following you right now.
So I'm debating 6 or 7 of them.
Yes.
Lizard folk.
I'm just gonna roll for that. Let's just double check. Okay, no, only 2 followed you. Thank goodness. Whoa.
Still pretty good. Unfortunately, disguise self doesn't hold up to, physical inspection. So while I'm sauntering along, I am just gonna great invisibility myself and walk off out of the camp, the way the cart's heading. Cause are you guys actually moving, or are you waiting?
No,
for me?
waiting for you to get on the cart.
So I'm gonna walk out the camp the way I think they're gonna go.
So they're basically standing still, waiting for Gold to jump on.
But I don't know they're waiting for me.
Is anyone gonna call with him? I mean, you don't have to. He's probably all right on his own.
Yeah. Come on, you
Give
saw
it,
me
give it
teleport.
6 seconds, and if he's not here,
Can I just ask, greater invisibility actually is it like pass without a trace?
No, so it's just.
Is it just sight-based things?
You or creature you touch become invisible until the spell ends. Anything you're wearing or carrying is invisible as long as the target, as well as the target's person. But then I'll be sneaky. You know, I'm sneaky.
Do you still kind of stink of alcohol?
Yeah, but you know, there's blood around.
Nobody spots you. They're all busy eating
Of
their allies,
course.
their fallen allies.
Of
'Cause they're
course.
the most useless army you've ever seen in your life. Okay, so we are moving on to Chog. No, the Blink Dogs. Blink Dogs are going to charge ahead, and they're going to aid the orcs in the cutting of the path, and they're actually flowing ahead, so to speak, and taking out lizards and lizard folk in their tents while they're still asleep, making the flow of soldiers attacking a lot less intense. And actually, an army advancing against an army is one thing, but disrupting a camp from within is quite another. And the orc is able to quite swiftly cut a decent path through the camp. And we're going to go to Magnus.
I'm gonna see that the bard's not here and just gonna stand up and go, all right, you bumbling bard. Either get your rear in gear on the cart, or so help me, I will physically tear through this army by myself. Can I see anyone
Well, I'm invisible.
Yeah, it's like I'll be looking out for any lizard or anything Because I know he can like disguise
Okay,
himself, but I know being
I'm gonna
invisible.
say
is, like,
perception. But you're gonna have to roll
No.
pretty.
No.
I'm probably going to need a perception to see if I even hear that, because I'm quite a way away, because I've just walked 30 feet away. I wasn't this close, so I'm at least 50, 60 feet away, I would think.
You're aiming to go where they're supposed to be going.
Yeah, but I'm ahead of them, because they're sitting in a cart in the middle of an army.
You're ahead.
Yeah. Because they stayed still for a turn.
Yes.
I was
You'd
already
already gone
further
forward.
away, and I was already moving.
Okay, in that case, can you roll perception to see where you hear Gold? Magnus, sorry.
14.
Yeah, he's been quite loud, so I would say you can hear him. But we'll go back to Zrusk.
Well, can I have a free action to speak?
Yes.
I'm already out. Come on.
I mean, you're not at all. But
Yeah, but you know, and then
I'm just gonna look at Mordecai, just go hit the cart.
yeah.
I want to snatch up a torch and set fire to as many things as I can.
Wow. Okay.
the cart first?
Zrusk.
Not the cart, we need the cart.
Zrusk.
gnome.
Look, it's a big camp, there's lots of tents, it's dry, it's a desert. That's gonna go up in flames.
Yeah, you're completely right. So yes, one of the soldiers, one of the warriors, the lizard folk warriors, is holding a torch as they're advancing against the orc raiders, and you presumably jump off the cart.
And if he's got the torch, I want it.
Yes, and you're going to wrestle it out of his hand. Can you roll opposed strength, please?
9.
It's okay. Yes, you get it. Don't worry. He rolled really low. Unless he got on that one, he would have been fine. So you grab this torch and maybe nut the lizard folk, because maybe I don't know. And then you, just as you're just riding along in this cart, just like casually, maybe. How do you do it?
Just put on a stick and set fire to every tent I go past.
So now the middle of the tent, the middle of the camp is also quickly catching fire. Everything is in utter mayhem and
I call out,
chaos.
burn it! Burn everything!
And the lizard folk warriors and the orcs, the orc raiders, they're all getting kind of confused. The orc raiders hear burn it and they're like, "Rah!" because they're orcs and that's kind of what they do. And they follow suit, take out any flaming torches they can, set fire to everything. And the lizard folk are in utter panic and chaos. Morkai.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just sort of like lean over towards where the cameras are a little bit and just be like, if you make it through all of this, you will feast on so much vegetation that you will be full for like a month. And just go, yeah, and just charge as fast as possible and try and encourage them to go quicker on the path.
All right, let's have a look at how much motivation they get out of that.
Grapes, promised them grapes.
Yes, they are deeply motivated to get out of the area where a bunch of predators have basically been staring hungrily at them.
Fire.
From the moment they stepped in, and the fire that's raging,
Lots
and
of
the
fire.
orc raiders that are busy killing everything in their path, and the little maniacal gnome that's cackling in the cart, having the time of her life, and the murderous monk who wants to kill the gnome, and the murderous bard who also wants to kill the gnome who's not there right now. Okay, we're going to move on to your yeah, so the camels
Yes.
are riding as fast as they can, 40 feet per turn. Right.
Um,
Daldozal.
so
If you're ahead, you can see the orc raiders cutting a path. You can see the fire behind where the fire that they're leaving behind. You can see the fire spreading quickly in the dry desert heat, spreading all the way out.
job done. So I'm just gonna use my action this turn to be a bit more stealthy on 14, and yeah, just keep going. Where the cart, the same way out the cart's going.
Okay, so you're running parallel to the cart. The blink dogs are doing their job. They're essentially they're flushing out more lizard folk warriors, so just so that they can be felled down by the orc raiders. And we'll go back to Magnus.
On the cart. Just kind of sitting there going, all we're doing is destabilizing the area more, because now we've shifted the power.
Quit
the balance
moaning
of
and set
power.
fire to something. I thought you'd appreciate that.
Why would I appreciate setting fire to things?
Because the demon in your head loves burning things.
You've never had a conversation with him.
I don't want to, now burn something.
You're making sweeping accusations about someone you don't know. That is
Just
incredibly
burn
insensitive.
something.
kind of just pick up a torch and kind of just poke, like with not with the burning, but kind of like the other end, just kind of poke him.
So you're
Just
aiming the burning end at yourself.
Well, because I'm like doing that.
Okay, now that's fine. Okay, so that's what the monk is doing to you, poking you with his torch.
I'm burning the air.
Useless. Grab his torch, throw it away, and keep setting fire to things.
Yeah, it lands on another tent and that goes up in flames. Rusk.
That's all I'm doing, just
It's
setting
all you're doing,
fire to
setting fire
everything
to
on the way
everything.
past.
Okay.
Can I like, will it be like roll a perception check to sort of see if I can spot gold sort of around the area?
I'm
Yes.
invisible.
You're invisible.
You can roll.
Yeah, you
That's
can
fine.
still roll, 'cause you can
I
probably
wouldn't,
stealth-
I wouldn't know he's invisible,
You-
would I? So.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
invisible and I'm stealthy.
Okay, so
Ish.
would that be a bonus action just out of interest, or like a free, just for like future planning in my head? Isn't that one? So
Isn't that one? You're like, you talking to the space next to you? Gold, how good to see you! Because you're convinced he's next to you.
but then can I use my action of locate object to, as soon as I realise my perception I can't see him, I'd be like, okay, locate object on the horn of thunderous
Blasting.
Horn of blasting, yeah. So,
Yeah, yes, you can do that.
So that I think that just lights up the object as long as it's in a.
It's invisible.
I think I gave you a psychic sense
Does
of
it
where
get lit
it
up
is.
if it's invisible?
Okay.
Spell can locate a specific object known to you as long as you've been close to it within 1,000 feet. It depends on, I guess, how you would like know the location is there for like DM discretion. As far as I'm aware
Okay,
of.
I am gonna say that the item just kind of like glows,
Yeah.
and there's just this horn of blasting, just floating,
Yeah.
and you're looking. I mean, you can sense it as well. You can kind of feel
Yeah.
where it is, the way you
Sort of
hear
moving
something,
to- yeah.
and you turn and you see this like magic horn just like floating stealthily, in between, weaving between the soldiers. Like the blink, he's like, you know, oh, blink dog rushes past, flushes out another lizard folk warrior, and God, your location, I'm afraid, has been exposed. Everyone is still too busy running around like a
horn.
maniac.
Do I even realise it's lit
Nope.
because it's in my pocket or my bag or something?
No, you don't realise.
Get
Not
carry
unless
on.
you, not unless you can feel you do an Arcana check or something, or there's a ninja skills.
No, I'm too busy going. Do. So do I notice people noticing me?
Perception.
15.
Chalk has certainly spotted you.
Well, she spotted a glowing horn.
She spotted a glowing horn, but she's specifically looking for you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep moving. So if they're
Yeah.
not stopping me.
Okay, so the blink dogs. No, sorry, they've taken their turn. The orc raiders. They continue to cut a path through the army, and it's descended into utter chaos. There is lizard folk fighting lizard folk. They are so hungry. They are looking for any excuse to kill their fellow warrior and then feast on their fallen bodies. And
Not too worried about the fire then.
oh, there.
No, that's just cooking the body.
Yeah, that's just roasting. That's just like my mate Dave here, just roasting on there. It's just tastier, like this chunk of fleshy lizard leg. Sorry, Dave.
Oh, you're betraying me.
It's just a generic name I come up with when I can't think of a proper decent NPC name. Basically, they have. Basically, the orc raiders, they have managed to what they've done is they've swerved, they've cut a corner. They haven't gone straight through because quite rightly, Chog assumes that this is just going to be. It's becoming daylight.
Yeah, so I'll head
The
to join up
army's
with
going to be waking up properly, and actually the commanders will be, rooting out whatever chaos is going.
Raging order.
But you have managed to take out a sizable chunk, probably about 500 soldiers or so. I mean, that's not bad for just a bunch of people who are half asleep with an annoying little gnome.
I'll try harder.
And what Chog has done is she's cut a path that goes towards the east and then up north. And as she's clearing the army camp and beckoning the cart through, she's going to yell,
Well, why-
"Head to the mountains!"
Why this is happening? So after a minute, my greater invisibility drops.
Mm-hmm.
But when my greater invisibility drops, I'm still disguised self as a lizard folk for an hour. So they're just going to see a lizard folk with a glowing horn turn up in their midst.
These guys in the cart.
Yep.
Yeah. Also, I should say that because locate object is a concentration, so my blink dog sort of dissipated and
Okay.
gone away. So yeah.
That's fine because you did. Yeah. Okay.
So I'll kind of climb in the cart with a glowing horn. So they all know it's me. Then my invisibility is going to drop and go, hi guys, because I'm going to forget I'm disguised self myself.
Okay, so there's a lizard folk sitting down, but from the cocky, you can tell it's gold. It's a good-looking lizard guy. he's in fact, even you guys are like, oh, I get it.
Somehow your visage suits you, Bard.
Oh, and then I will drop the disguise self.
Okay, so Chog is going to yell, head for the mountains. You will be safe there.
Yes, my darling.
And she's going to laugh, ha 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 ha, I chose well. And they're going to hold off the rest of the lizard folk warriors who are trying to chase you down. It's dawn again. The light is beginning to touch the sands of Tanzda. The mountains of Tanaska are just north of you.
Okay. So should we take turns resting and watching while we're travelling? Because we're basically stuck on a cart. Just going towards the
We've
mountains.
escaped now, have we?
Yes.
Oh, God.
You haven't quite escaped yet, but you're pretty much, yes. I mean,
we-
the Chog and her raiders are holding off anyone who's trying. They're following behind you, keeping.
They're more worried about the orcs than they are about
Yes.
us. Yeah.
They think it's an orcish attack, to be honest.
I'm just sitting there going, this is so much more paperwork. Just gonna look at you, just go, why? Why?
It's not your empire.
Has the gnome shown its face again yet?
Not my empire.
Yeah, she's been in the cart the whole time. She moved from the bottom of the cart and sat back down in the cart.
No, get off the cart. You stay here.
No,
Yes.
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 it's my cart. These are my camels. That
No,
was
they're
Jeff
not.
and that was Tim. And she points to the two camels that she's been technically looking after this entire time.
This is her cart. I'm going to point at Chug and her camels. And you are the most unroyal pain. A literal bane of our existence, almost literally.
Vicious.
You just dropped us in it. You risked all of our lives. For
Because-
what? Because you didn't pay attention.
And she's gonna burst into tears. I'm sorry, I'm really bad at my job. Please don't feed me.
At least she admits it.
Yeah.
At least she can apologise.
Right, you can stay with us, but keep your mouth shut. Always.
But what if I want to eat?
You can open your mouth for eating only. Now don't say anything.
Poor little gnome. Okay, so you guys are, if you're looking behind you, you can see the orc raiders, doing a good job of keeping your escape clear, and eventually the army is they're going to send a few warriors to chase them down, but realistically speaking, their main job is to attack whenever they're ready to attack. So they don't waste their time sending too many soldiers, too many warriors, and then eventually Chog catches up with you, and she tells you, "I will continue to scout for you."
Excellent.
Clearly you have a better sense of the lay of the land than we do. What route do you recommend we take?
Where are you going?
The capital.
Yeah, she doesn't know much about. Oh, okay. Surprisingly, she has taken her geography lessons very seriously. And she's going to ponder for a moment, and she's going to turn to Goald. You were telling me a tale about the underground waterways beneath the capital of the Crimson Empire. You were very, very drunk.
Was I? Surely I wasn't drunk. No. No, that was merely.
That was yesterday.
Yes. I don't really remember yesterday.
We do.
No, so that can't happen. Anyway, yes. There's tunnels.
If you go through the mountain passes, I am sure you, Gold, will be able to find your way.
Yes.
And
of course.
and then she's going to rah, and then her orc raiders, there's probably about 150 left, are going to basically be patrolling your exit route, and that is where we will finish the session. Join us again next time where we'll find out exactly where the group will end up. Let us know what you thought of the episode. You can tweet us and find us on Instagram at ANA Podcast. Join us on facebook.com/ANA Podcast and keep tabs on us on Tumblr when you search Adventurers and Artists Official. We stream every other Wednesday, streaming live on twitch.tv/Adventurers and Artists, and all episodes can be found on demand via our website at adventurersandartists.com, with the audio version released in the week between episodes. Don't forget to support the show via our Patreon at patreon.com/ANA Podcast, and whether you're part of a wolf pack or a cleric of Danny, the inhabitants of Hawthornia appreciate your support. And finally, a big thank you to everybody who makes this show possible. Until next time.